Yo, 11 in the house. Let's do it. Okay, let's do the first question. Right, so declare variable total score. Total score, arrow, and I'm going to do 0. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Create pseudocode. Did anyone just hear my voice? Okay, create pseudocode that inputs a character from a user and stores it into a variable. So let's do input user choice. There you go. That's it. Is inputting into a variable. How would you assign boolean true to a variable called is logged in? Is logged in equal true. Done. Happy days. Write pseudocode to output a string welcome message. Output welcome message. Demonstrate how to increment integer variable counter by 2. Okay, so we've got a variable called counter, and it's going to equal counter plus 2. So it's adding 2 to the counter. It's not saying make it 2. So if we did this, this is basically saying counter equals 2 in Python, but we want it to go up by 2. Create a code to read string password from a user and repeat the prompt until the password. Okay. We need to use a post condition loop, so we know that our post condition loop is a repeat loop. We want the user to input password. So input password. And we want to keep repeating until password equals safe entry. Done. That's it. So create the code to read, which basically is input, a string from the user, and repeat it until the password equals safe entry. Use a post condition loop. In Pseudocode, declare 2 integers, variable a and b, and then swap them. Okay, this is where quite a lot of people got this wrong. So we're going to do input a, input b. I'm then going to do the following. If we just did this, a will equal, a can equal b. Let me just make this baby a. I'm going to change it to pseudocode in a minute. B equals a. That's an issue. So let's imagine that a was 10 and b was 20. And we want to switch them around. So we're going to put b into a. So a was 10, b is 20. So that is now going to become 20 because we're putting whatever values in b into a. Now it wants us to put a into b. A is 20, b is 20, so we haven't actually switched them around. What we've done is we've erased what a was. So let's imagine that we were to do this. We're going to make a new variable called c. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make c equal to a. I'm then going to put, this is where I'm going to get my head sorted out, b will become a, so a becomes b, no, a equals b, so putting, so what we're going to do now is we're putting this 20 into here, which is great, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put c, which used to be a, which was 10, so c is basically 10, I'm going to just do c is 10 at the moment, into b, so b equals c. So now we swap them all around, so now b is going to be 10, so we've done our swap. So we call that a temporary variable to do our swap. So c is just there so that we can swap a and b around, otherwise they overwrite each other's value. Demonstrate with pseudocode how to use a while loop to find the sum of all integer numbers 1 to n. Okay, so this is basically saying we want to loop n times. That means we don't know. We're going to wait for the user to type in how many times. So I'm going to do input So basically, how many times do you want to loop? So in Python, I'll be doing this, like a variable. N equals int input, how many times do you want to loop? That'll be Python. In Pseudocode, I'm just going to do input n, while, and we need I'm going to make a variable called count. I'm going to set it to be 0. So in Python, it will be like this, count equals 0. So while count does not equal, well, that's how you do not equal in Pseudocode, or not equal, you can do that as well, or as less than, let's do not equal to n. Do. So you don't do a colon like that, you write the word do. I'm going to indent, and it wants to add up all the integer numbers from 1 to wherever. So I'm going to set count to be 1. We're going to make a total. I'm going to set that to be 0. And we're going to simply do total equals, and I'll change this in a minute to be pseudocode. Total equals count plus total. So it's going to keep adding to our total. So in pseudocode, it's just simply this. And then we want count to go up by 1. End while. So that means end our loop. That's it. This is going to add up. So if I loop 5 times, count starts on 1, so it will go 1, add it to our total, 2 plus 1 makes it 3, add it to our total. The third time it loops, it'll be 3, add 3, which will be 6, and add it to our total, and it'll keep going until it reaches n. N would be what we've just typed in. And the final challenge. This last question I'm not going to go over with you now, because I'm going to show you, in one of our lessons, a really easy way of counting backwards, which is what this needs to do. So we can do bits of this. We want to declare an array called scores with 10 integers. So I'm going to do scores will equal, I'll do an array we now need to add 10 items to the array. So I'm going to do a for loop for index 1 to 10. Do. So it's going to loop 10 times, and we want to do the following. We're going to input a number, and we're going to do scores index to equal that number, next index. So in Python that will be, let's do Mr. I in range 10 number equals int inputs, and then we're simply adding into the array. Boom. So we've added 10 numbers to the array. I'm going to show you how to actually then, so let's imagine we've got an array like this. 3, 2, 1, 4, 7. So when we display, it will display it as 7, 4, 1, 2, 3 instead of 3, 2, 1, 4, 7. There's a little trick I'm going to show you in class.